Okay, the food industry uses fruits, vegetables, grains and raw meat and processes these into food products that are sold in supermarkets. Food production often involves cleaning and cooking raw foods as well as the addition of additives and other ingredients. One purpose of food production processes is to create products with longer shelf lives, and I've got a big flow chart there as well. The food industry must take precautions to prevent consumers becoming ill from food poisoning. Complete the table below, which shows some of the methods of controlling bacteria in the food industry. So they told me refrigeration slows down bacterial growth. Freezing, that stops bacterial growth. And something that kills bacteria is cooking, is one of the others. I could also use pickling or salting. And then dries bacteria to prevent growth, that is drying. So just a quick little flex so you can see those. Cool. Sometimes food becomes contaminated by bacteria, causing food poisoning. State one symptom of food poisoning. So we feel sick, and our scientific word for that is nausea. We could also, the most obvious ones are vomiting as well. You cannot just put being sick. Okay, it's got to be one of these scientific terms. Name one type of bacteria that causes food poisoning. We could give E. coli, Salmonella, or Campylobacter. Those are the three which are on our spec. Any one of those will do. State the harmful substances produced by bacteria as they grow. That is toxins. Whenever an outbreak of food poisoning occurs, environmental health officers test samples for food for the presence of bacteria. To be able to count the number of bacterial colonies, a series of dilutions is carried out. And then we've got 1 in 10, 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000, and 1 in 100,000. Dilutions, that word dilutions means we're taking away the number of bacteria each time. Okay, we're spreading it out on the agar. Explain why 1 in 10, so I'm going to look at the 1 in 10 one, will not provide valid results, okay? Now, if you look at that, we're not going to be able to count that, okay? So, too many bacteria makes it hard to count them. This will lead to inaccuracies. Give one reason why the 1 in 100,000 was also not used to calculate the number of bacteria present, and that is because there's too few. Okay, so we could, if there's only 4, if we have another tray with 5 or 6, it will make too much of a difference. So it's too few. In the investigation, 6 agar plates were prepared by adding 1 centimetre cubed of solution from 1 in 10,000. The agar plates were incubated for 72 hours. The results are shown below. State which plate has produced an anomalous result. Remember, an anomaly is one which doesn't fit in. 35, 35, 25, 15, 30, 25. So it's going to be 15, and that is plate 4. Use the equation, number of bacteria equals mean number of colonies times 10,000. Well, I haven't got my mean yet, so I'm going to add up my mean, but I'm going to exclude my anomaly. So I'm going to do 35 plus 35, and I'm getting these numbers from this table up here. 25, 30 plus 25, and I'm going to divide that all by 5. When I do that, that gives me 150 divided by 5, which is 30. I'm then going to times that by 10,000. So I'm going to do 30 times 10,000. So I'm going to have 300,000 bacteria. My last question is, study the following chart and answer the questions below. Name the months that have the highest number of food poisoning cases. That's the biggest bar. That is July. And because I've got to name the months, I've got to go July, August, September. Give one reason for this increase. Well, if you think it's hotter in July, And when we've got warmer temperatures, bacteria grow faster. Okay, so warmer temperatures mean bacteria grow more quickly.